All right. How's that old song go, Meech? Where did we go wrong with love? Man, look, we got beat. It's as simple as that. I mean, it ain't just beat. We got beat like we stole something. We got beat like we didn't want to be there. We played terrible. All that. Why? I don't know. For the life of me, I cannot figure out why we play so bad. But we gotta we just for those who don't know, I don't know if you watched the last show, but we got a special guest. Okay, got a special guest on. He's in the background right now. He's in the green room. He's actually, they look like in the sauna, but he's in the green room back there. But we got a special guest, man. And I told y'all he's gonna be on last week. You know what I'm saying? So, and just let y'all know, hey, just for those out there, just let you know he's a rival, okay? But me and this guy, we've known each other for a few years, okay? Even though he's one of those boys, he's a good guy. Yeah, God-fearing man, you know what I'm saying? And it's all about the Lord, you know what I'm saying? Because Jesus matters, you know what I'm saying? And if you want to follow him, just look at the ticket on the ticker that's scrolling on the bottom. And trust me, man, it's a good guy. So, although I would say roast him, we can't do no roasting today because we ain't got no hot coals. No hot coals today on the show. Cold cereal. That's all we eat today. Cold cereal. All right. Just like you said, we got punch in the mouth. We got punch in the mouth. But without further ado, it pains me to do this, but without further ado, y'all, I need y'all to welcome my man Chris to the show. Chris, what's good, baby?
What's happening with you? How about them boys? How about them Cowboys? What's up with you? What's
What's
happening?
up? Hey, man. Hey, me and Chris, man. The just for a little backstory, me and Chris, man, we met each other. Went out in North Carolina, man, and hey, as soon as we started talking, we was at a football practice, and he looked at me, and looked at him. We were talking real quick, say, "Hey, how you doing?" And next thing you know, so, you got a team? He said, "Yeah." So which team? He said, "The Cowboys." I said, "Man, we ain't cool no more." But yeah, man. Hey, Chris, good guy, man. Hey, Chris, tell us something, man. Let us know. Tell us something. We gonna give the floor to you right now because you own the floor right now.
All right,
But
all right.
just know now, I can boot you off. Okay, so don't go too crazy. Tell them each.
I'm ready. I'm ready for the boot, man.
Hey, I appreciate you having me on tonight, man. It's no better night to be on than tonight. When we beat y'all smack down in Big D last night, it was a beautiful thing, man. I knew from the opening drive the game was over with. I've been telling people 2 weeks, okay, they got us the first time, but the way we played y'all the first time, we should have won that game. But we beat ourselves with all them penalties at the end. Y'all had all kind of penalties, and we gave y'all all the yardage right back. But I knew, I've been telling people for 2 weeks, we got them this game. We got them this game. And 33-13, man, y'all was looking depressed on the sidelines. Y'all didn't look confident. Y'all looked flat. I don't know what went on with y'all, man, but how about them Cowboys? That's all I got to say about that.
Get him, Meach. He got something against the ropes, man. Get him.
Man, only reason I'm gonna hold back is because of his handle, man. The screen names. I know he love the Lord, so I'm gonna hold back tonight. I ain't gonna get him like I want to get him. I ain't gonna get him like I want to get him. But I'm gonna just say, man, it's delusional. It's delusional. Even in victory, they're delusional. You know what I mean? You got to go back and start talking a little bit of food. All he had to do was say they beat us bad and all this stuff. Now we going back talking about the penalties and all this stuff from the first game. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. You can never give them a little leeway. Don't
never.
worry about it. They look good last night. We give it to them.
Yep.
We give it to them.
All right. Well, appreciate it.
So,
Thank you.
so I mean, I'm just saying because Manny, I know you're listening, and I know you're watching. All I'm saying is this: I'm not one to bring up penalties, but because he brought it up, I will say this: a couple of y'all drives was gifted by us. That's one. Two, a couple of them touchdowns. I'm sorry, a couple of them deep drives into the red zone, and we coughed the ball up. Those could have been touchdowns potentially, and I say potential only because who knows they wasn't. But if things were going, no, I gotta go there. I gotta go there. I'm taking Manny. I gotta go there because he went there. So because of that, had we scored on the drives that we scored on, to include the ones we coughed up, the score would have been 41. Us. So we can't do the whole what y'all could have had. The bottom line is y'all lost, we won, we got kicked in the mouth, and that's just it. Because I can't go to work looking at Emmanuel Flagler like this again. I can't go to work looking at Varnell again. Shaboing boing. The Varnell man can. I'm just saying I can't do this again. So here's my take on the whole thing. And Michi, if I'm wrong, then by all means stop me. The fact that y'all won, good. You know why? Because every week, you know what that does? That gives y'all the level of anticipation just a little bit higher. Every single week,
It
the
makes the
Cowboy
letdown that
fans
much
will do
better.
what? No, wait. Hold on, wait. You see where I'm going. Every week, it's just gonna get higher and higher and higher and higher. And then when the bright lights hit, poof, the pressure is on, and it is one game. And if you blow it, I'm telling you right now, you know what y'all gonna do? You're gonna run into the cracks and crevices just like the roaches do. Just like y'all do every time. And guess what? It only takes one game. It only takes one game. One game when you're gone. One game and it solidifies the entire season. Just like everybody hopes and prays is gonna happen. And when it all comes into fruition, you know what you're gonna say?
Next
You know
year.
we go to the Super Bowl next year. You know we go to the Super Bowl next year.
Yep.
That's all y'all gonna say. Don't nobody want to hear y'all, man.
All right.
Hey, I'm just prepping for the downfall because it's gonna feel so much better when it happens. Tell them, cuz Dallas won't make it to the first round. Say it again, cuz that's what I'm talking about. Michi, floor is yours.
I'm gonna tell you, man. Only reason I'm gonna speak on it is because he spoke on it, and I'm talking specifically for the last game. I'm not gonna give you no shoulda, woulda, coulda for this game because we got
There you
destroyed.
go.
When we
Yeah.
talk about the penalties in the last game, the first matchup we played, November 20th, we had more penalty yards than y'all did, but he want to sit here and talk about how they got penalized more than we did. You see what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
whole last drive that they drove down the field was only because of the penalty, starting with that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that we gave them. That
Thank
foolishness
you.
that we do. We were totally undisciplined. We let them get that far. They shouldn't have been down there with that much time. We made them look good. Game over, we won. Right? I'm not gonna sit and talk about the penalties this time because I hate to be the one to say all that shoulda, woulda, coulda, did, and
Me
all
too.
this type of stuff. I don't want to. I
Cause
don't
see,
want to do that.
and
I
tell
don't
me
want to
again,
give them
Michi,
that support.
we're not those type of fans.
We're
We
not that
don't
type
do.
of people,
You and
man.
I are at least.
We
Now
not that.
I don't know about other people on the fight, but we ain't like
Hey,
that.
we
But go
got
ahead.
we got kicked in the mouth, man. They whooped us like some redheaded stepchildren, and then we stole the
That's
cookies and
racist.
bologna out the refrigerator. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. It was a good game. The Cowboys look good, but we say this every week. We said it for the past few years on paper. Statistically, this is what's supposed to happen because Dallas has a statistically good team every year, right?
Y'all do, and I will give you that. I'll
But
give
what
you that.
happens? But what happens? Rain starts raining. Dakota starts Dakotaing. And then y'all at home watching the playoffs on TV, talking about some what channel they could be playing on. Fox, they playing on CBS when they playing on.
Okay.
This was their Super Bowl. So we have to let them
Yes.
celebrate them because this was their Super Bowl. They came in, They beat the number one team in the league. They beat us. They kicked us in the face. You know what I mean? We went to Arlington. We walked out of there with our heads down. Hey, we got it. We talking about the number one seed for us. They the number one seed in the division. They got us in fifth place. Why? I mean, most people that are Cowboy supporters don't even understand why we're in fifth place. And you know, I don't know if we got to go into that. You know, it's just because they played more divisional games than we have. We got, you know, the tail end of the schedule coming up with this and this. So I'm not gonna do it, but all I'm gonna say is good game, man. Y'all won, man. Good game.
Well,
So
thank you.
I
And I'm
don't know.
gonna
I
tell
don't know
you,
if it's us or you, but I don't. Are you
It's
close to
his.
your? Is it okay?
Yeah, yeah. When he came back on, that's when it started doing the echoing.
Is your volume up?
yeah. Let me turn my speaker volume down real quick.
Okay.
That better?
Uh, yeah.
Nope.
We can still hear it. It's whatever. It is what
It's
it is.
anytime I've noticed anytime
Every
these
single time a
49ers
Cowboys fan
got
gets on, something's
here, man.
always wrong.
See,
They got the rabbit
I
foot.
think y'all rigging it right now. I
Here
think
we
y'all
go. Here we
rigging it,
go.
man.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Another
Here we
rig
go.
story. Here we go. Another rig story. Oh, and Julius, I know you ain't talking. Talking about warming up the number one seed for y'all. All right, cool. I tell you what. I tell you what. Just like him. Don't mess this up, Julius. Don't
He talking
mess
about
this up.
number one and what?
Well, you already know he's a San Fran fan. The same one who messed up the last call we tried to have somebody on.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. He's talking about we won. Okay, all right. Don't mess this up, Julius. That's all I'm saying. Because if you do, Shanahan is the GOAT. According to some of y'all, coming to some of y'all, he's trash. But you know, hey, I would hate for Dallas to come in there and beat y'all, or vice versa. I would hate for San Fran to put y'all away again, because unbeknownst to y'all, we're still there. We're still there. I'm just saying. Hey,
It's a
I
bunch
hope
of
you
mumbo,
return
man.
one of
Don't worry
those
about it.
free
It's a bunch
phones.
of mumbo jumbo.
That'd be different. You forgot you made. I call the ball at you. I did, Danny. Come on, bro. You know I took L this morning. So see, that's how they try it. See, that's how they try it, Mitch. This morning I came in. I do like I normally do. Go to my desk, log in. Guess what? Grab my coffee. Go get my coffee. Where he at? In the break room, doing nothing. And what I do? I walk up to him, shake his hand. Hey man, good game. Hit man right now. You know what I'm saying? I go towards the pain. I don't run from it. Now you're talking about take the L. Come on, I did it. We took the L. We got a whole Giants bag full of L's, man. Come on. We took it. It is what it is. But I tell you what, y'all better win the Super Bowl. Because if y'all win the Super Bowl, it's all for nothing. It's all for nothing. That's all I
Off,
know. Y'all better win the Super Bowl.
all for nothing, man. The boy, hey, like I said, man, we give it to y'all, man. They beat us down like they beat up Charleston White last night on stage. They beat us like that, like they jumped on Charleston, man.
and came through once again.
We ain't worried about it though, man. This was their Super Bowl, so we got to let them have a little bit of victory because playoff time come, they gonna be at the house where I'm at watching the football game.
That's right. That's right. So come on, Chris. Just like y'all know, man, with your feet up, with your feet like this,
What
all right
what
into the
kills
fire.
me what kills me is they don't recognize patterns. They don't realize they've been doing this for the better half of 30 years of getting hyped up over certain games. You see what I'm saying? They don't recognize the patterns, so we just give it to them. They delusional.
Hey, look, man. You know what? When they win games like this, you know what this game is? It's just another hit of fentanyl. The playoffs is Narcan though. The playoffs is Narcan gonna bring right back down, brother.
It's different. It feels different this year, though. It feels different.
You say
With
that
Dak
every
playing, it feels
year,
different.
Chris. Y'all say that every year,
That's true,
man.
though. That's true. I cannot deny. I cannot
Okay, so
deny.
all right. So my question to you is this: what makes it so different this year? This is not this is honest. Like this is a real question. What makes it so different?
The chemistry. CD Lamb coming
Okay.
along. Dak at this point is not Daking, and I know at any second, any minute, Dak can Dak. Penalties can take us out of game, but the cohesion and the chemistry that we have on both sides of the ball, not just the offense, not just the defense, not just the special teams, all three phases of the game, we are clicking on all cylinders. Dak not making mistakes. Our confidence is at an all-time high. We feel like we can walk in any stadium and beat anybody. It just
So right,
feels different.
so right now you think you right now if y'all played next Sunday, you against the Niners, who winning?
The Niners. So I'll be real about that. But I
Log him
feel
off,
better
man.
about that
Log
matchup
him off.
today than what I did before
Log him
last
off.
night.
Log off. We
He
can go
just said
in.
they gonna beat,
I
beat
feel
anybody.
I feel the cohesion between the team, man. This is different year. We can go in and beat anybody.
We
Y'all play the
can.
Niners, who gonna win? The Niners.
I need look, I need to see us beat Buffalo and I need to see us beat Miami. And if we do that convincingly, we winning the whole thing. We
Okay,
winning the
so
whole thing.
all right, so my question is this: y'all next game is who? Who y'all play next?
I think Buffalo, if I ain't mistaken.
All right, and then who?
I believe Miami on Christmas Eve.
Okay, let's just say you go in, you lay a big fat stinker on Buffalo. All right, okay, y'all play at Buffalo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, and then you play at home with Miami, right?
No, we play in Miami.
Okay, and then let's just say you lay two new stinkers. How is that self confidence now?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I got to see those two games. I got to see those two games. And
Meech,
then,
the man just said
Just say it, man.
everything's clicking,
Yeah, I'm
it
telling you,
is.
everything's perfect.
it's the
But,
typical cowboy.
but,
Typical cowboy.
no, I'm realistic. See, that's why I'm saying I need to see these two games because we, like you said, the pattern, we all up here, then we come crashing down. See, I'm not delusional to that. I know that can happen at any time. So I'm being real with it. I need to see those two games and then boom. But I feel better about going against the Niners now than what I did before the game last night.
Okay.
Play the tape back what he just said. We can beat anybody.
We
He just said
can.
we can beat.
We can.
Run the
so
tape back.
so wait, Meech. So you bought the beer at 8:30. Yeah,
You know you fucked up, right? You know you fucked up, right?
Hey, I was being real.
Hey,
Just
I'm
being
a
real.
movie guru. I'm a movie
Yeah, me
guru.
too.
I know all the lines.
So you bought the beer at 9:30. Yeah, 9:30. No, you know you're fucking.
Yeah.
All right, so we gonna start hopping in some of these questions, okay? Because this is the Eagles podcast, but we don't need to we don't need to drown my man so bad that we
Oh, I
want
can
him to
take
come
it.
back. We
I
we
can
want him
take
to
the
come back.
smoke.
All right, but for us, we got embarrassed, okay? Again, 2 times back to back. What do we have to focus on from here on out, Mitch? Like, what we got to do?
I'm gonna tell you, man. In my opinion, man, and I said it last week. I said it the week before. I said it the week before. I said it the week before, man. Our defensive line, they're doing their thing. It's the secondary. Once you go past that, man, you start getting those gaps that those linebackers are missing those tackles. They getting burnt. You know what I'm saying? It's our secondary. What do we need to do? We need to fix that, man, with some defensive schemes, man. Johnson, man, he's sitting up there talking about we getting tricked again. We getting tricked again. We tired of hearing the same thing, man. We missing tackles. Let everybody catch balls on us, man. They running on us like it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? We're not looking like the team that we hype up to be, like we hyping ourselves up to be, you know what I mean? So that we have to do something with our defense, and I'm gonna say it's the coaching, man. The coaching staff is not coaching us like we supposed to, man. We got a lot of young talent that's on the team that's able to do what we need them to do, but it's just not working on the schemes that we're doing. We're too predictable, man. We're running the same things, man. It's just making us look like trash when we starting to play better caliber teams. We snuck out with a couple, I don't know if you want to call them lucky wins, whatever you want to call them, against Buffalo, against Kansas City, against Dallas the first time we played them and stuff like that. But now we starting to, fall on our face a little bit and starting to bite us in the bump.
Yeah. So for me, I feel like what we need to do, honestly, we need to. I have yet seen Jalen Hurts rally his troops on the sideline. I ain't seen none of that. You know what I'm saying? Other teams in the league, and I'm not saying we need to emulate teams or nothing like that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, at some point in time during the game, if things ain't going the way we feel as though they need to be going, Jalen Hurts, you need to stand up, bro, and you need to come in and be like, look, this is where we're messing up at right now. We need to do this. You come up, apply pressure to so-and-so because you're getting beat. I'm not calling out, I'm just saying you're getting beat. So, start calling people out. But I don't know if they're doing that in the locker room, whatever. But someone needs to start pointing these things out in the locker room and on the field and address it on the field. And don't take nothing to heart. You know what I'm saying? That everyone's here trying to make everybody better. And at the same time, we have to play fundamental football. We don't play that at all. And when I say at all, I'm talking when it comes down to tackling, basic coverages. We literally look like we're out there freelancing everything. Anytime we dial up a zero blitz, that ball should not get out as fast as they should not have enough time. And no matter when we do it, somehow, some way, it's still a 7 or 8 yard gain. That is undisciplined football on every facet of the ball, from offense to defense to special teams. Kofi, brother, you got to give us a little bit more than these little 10 yard runs you're giving, 10, 15 yard runs. You got to give us more than that. We need one good breakaway from you. Defense, I don't know if we just forgot how to tackle or what, but I mean, catch is sliding off you, not wrapping up. Anytime a man hurdle you, bro, get him off the field, coach, because he's scared. He don't want to hit. Get him off the field. If you're a grown man and you get hurdled by another grown man, get him off the field. You ain't trying to hit nobody, because they don't teach you that in Pop Warner. They teach you to wrap the hell up, especially in the bedroom. Wrap up. Simple as that. Your daddy taught you that. I'm just saying. We just don't we don't play fundamental football right now. We haven't, and this is even when we was winning, because it was dusty out there when we were winning games. So I just feel like playing basic fundamental football, get off of the vanilla offensive plays. Everyone knows what we're doing. They know what we're doing when we set up on defense. They can see it. Nothing changes. There's no pre-snap movement. We are the lowest in the league on pre-snap movements. Like, once we get up in line, they already know what we're doing. You got to be more creative, Mr. Johnson, the OC. We have to be more creative. We cannot come in here with these textbook plays on your arm and you run the exact route with no improv at all. You can't do that. We'll never make it to the promised land like that.
I don't see him, man, and I don't mean to talk down about him, man, because he's our guy, but good healthy critique is good critique, man. I don't see Jalen, sitting out here spotting the defense. Say they're changing this up, and let's audible this. You know what I mean? Let's do this. Let's
Right.
do this. And if you play the tape back, man, last week, a few weeks ago, and even in the preseason, we talked about, is Jalen Hurts that guy? And I said that yes, he's winning games, but I don't feel that he has the maturity to take over the offense like more of the elite quarterbacks. And that's we get that proven to us every week in, week out. He can do his thing. He can do it, and I give it to him, but he doesn't have that maturity yet. He have that money. He got the big contract. He's getting paid. So now I feel that, and yes, people want to talk about, it's him and the offensive coordinator's first time together and this and this. Okay, that was the excuse the first 3 or 4 games. You know what I mean? After that, that's where that elite level mentality should kick in. And now, hey, Johnson, you ain't doing this. Okay, don't worry about it. I got it on the field. I got it from here. I mean, you giving me
Right.
these plays. I don't like the way the defense is looking to this. I'm gonna do this. Let's audible it up. Let's do it. Let's do it the Jalen way. I don't see
Right.
none of that.
Right. Like, you can see any other quarterback in the league, to include Dak. I've seen Dak on numerous occasions when y'all play. Sit back and talk to Matt McCarthy and be like, hey, this is what it is. This is what I'm seeing. Talk to the OC and have him change the play because I see this on so and so. But we don't see that with Jalen. You know what we see from Jalen?
A stale face.
Stay okay.
Well, come on now.
He,
Come on now.
and speaking, I'm glad you brought up Jalen Hurts. When we watch the Eagles, I tell my wife Jalen Hurts is the most emotionless quarterback that I have ever seen. I said I think he can win the Super Bowl and he'll have the same look on his face. He has no emotions at all. Like you said, I don't see him rallying his troops. He needs to take his whole offensive line, his whole offense, and just invite him over to his house, get to know him, give him some drinks, something. But he has no emotions. He just sits there. See him and AJ Brown getting into it. I don't know, man, but he needs to step up his leadership ability because they're going to follow him. But I don't know. He's just emotionless.
So
No
do you think that could be a reason why our offense isn't clicking? Because he's not I mean, emotionally, I feel as though he's in the game, but show a little bit of enthusiasm during the game so that other people can feed off of your enthusiasm. Is I mean, I know it's something small, but things like that sometimes may go a long way. What you think, Meech?
I'm gonna say it's a little bit of that, man, and I was also gonna say, like I said, it's that maturity because I don't have to be out here hooting and hollering on the sidelines. You know what I mean? If the results, if you out there getting results, if you out there making the plays and the changes that need to be made, I don't need to be up here jumping into everybody's face and all this type of stuff every time because everybody's not built the same emotionally. Yeah, we want to see it because we're spectators, but and I'm only speaking from an Army perspective, right? Everybody doesn't react the same way, so I get that. But at the same time, man, you got to do something. I don't need you jumping up in everybody's face to make me feel good. But like I said, call those audibles, do whatever you need to do to show that maturity level. And he said the offensive line, the line isn't really the problem. Jalen's been able to hold the ball 7-8 seconds, so the line isn't the problem. It's Jalen not getting the ball out of his hands. I mean, sitting there holding on to it, taking sacks and all of this stuff, man. Throw the ball away or something, man. Our offensive line is the least of our problems every week.
Correct.
Yeah.
And again, just like you said, last week, you're out there for 8, 9, 10 minutes holding the ball, and then you slip and take a sack. We can't have that, Jalen. Like I don't know what it is. My man Rodney from Sports Hype and Chill, and shout out to Sports Hype and Chill. I'll be Michi may be on the show. I'm not 100% sure, but I know I'll be on the Sports Hype and Chill show after this. But at 9:30 on YouTube. So if you got a chance, go ahead and slide over to Sports Hype and Chills also. But Rodney said it before. A couple of things happen when cats get paid. When they get that bag, they start playing bad. They start playing bad when they get the bag. Their down season starts to happen when they get the bag. They miss games when they get the bag, and it's all about when they get the bag. And also when they get married. I hate to say it. I'm not saying marriage is a bad thing. I'm not saying that. But anytime somebody gets married, for some reason, the skill level just I don't know if it's I don't know what it is, but something just changes. But when they get married and when they get the bag, once they get that bag, something happens to their playmaking ability. So I don't know what it is.
It's Skip Lamar Jackson. It's Skip Lamar. he got the bag, and he's still doing his thing, man. The boy's number one.
Yeah, he got a point.
It skipped the curse with him, so we got to look for something else, man. We got to look for something other than a rabbit foot, man. I'm gonna have to call you. Getting paid too much money, man. The tickets I paid to go to the game, I needed to see more.
Yeah, I'm with you. But I mean, I don't know, man. So Manny says he's the same guy from last year, and up to this point, he was the MVP talk. So why is it changing the tone? Well, it's not the change in the tone. Okay, well, it's not a change in the tone. He's still my quarterback no matter what. Just like y'all say, he's my quarterback, my quarterback. But my thing is, last year was last year. You know what I'm saying? You have a different group of people, or a different set anyway. Some people came, some people stayed, and some, but you have to play to everyone's strengths. And when people look at you on the sideline or feel as though that you don't have, sometimes they may not know how to take you. Now, I don't know if that's how it is, at practice or whatever like that. But at some point in time, you can't put it on everybody else, Jalen. You can't. At some point in time, you have to say it's either you or it's the play calling. And if it is the play calling, then why are you not interjecting in some of the play calling?
If it's the play calling, it still falls on you. You the default. I don't give a crap what you say. If it's Brian Johnson, you should have the maturity to take over on the field. If it's the play calling, if it's the plays, come up with a different one.
So is that your concern about Jalen Hurts' decision making? Like, is it a concern?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a concern. Definitely a concern. And Emmanuel, man, we talking about the MVP talk, right? Yeah, I would say he was one of the front runners because of the MVP, with the MVP talk, because of the win-loss status.
Exactly.
I mean, if we're doing it, we winning all these games, and this is once you break it down, like we said, man, we played Dallas, the first game. Dak statistically was way better than Jalen. So was the Bills quarterback. Uh
Oh, Josh Allen.
Josh Allen. So was Mahomes. So was a lot of these other guys that we actually beat, but their quarterback was on paper was a lot better than Jalen. But we came out with the W. And you know, a lot of people nowadays, same way they talk about Jordan, same way they talk about everybody else, all they care about is the W. So if you get the wins, if you go 11-0, 12-0, but you sucking as a quarterback, they still go call you the MVP. Same way they did to Brady. Brady had a lot of, a couple seasons out of there sprinkled out there. Brady's great. We got it. But there was a lot of time when Brady had that strong defense that kept Brady in the game. And so Brady stayed in the MVP talk because of the win. So we're not saying that the tone is changing. It's just that the 49ers, the Cowboys, the Jets, the Bills, the Chiefs, they're just exposing more of our flaws within our own system.
True. Now, Chris, question: let's just say for the sake of argument, and I know this is going to hurt, but let's just say that for sake of argument, Jalen Hurts is your quarterback, right? What changes do you think he should make as a quarterback playing if you were a beloved Eagles fan? Let's just say, just for the sake of argument, if you were, got him on your mic. There you go.
What changes he should make? Well, like I said before, to me, his leadership, he needs better leadership skills. That's just my opinion. He needs better leadership skills, better decision making, um, knowing when to pass, when to run, when to do the reverse, when to not throw the deep pass. When to throw a 5 yard pass. Just better decision making. And I think some offensive coordinators, they have to tailor their schemes and their offense around players' abilities. And I think that's a part of the your offense right now too. The offensive coordinator is really not tailoring that system around his players' abilities, their strengths and their weaknesses. Um, that's just my opinion on that. It's part of why your offense, stagnates at some point during the game, some points during the game, if that makes
Mm.
sense.
Shout out to my man Thomas Sanders. Shout out to Emmanuel. Shout out to Eddie Polk. Thomas Sanders was one of my soldiers back in the day when I was at Camp Hovey in Korea. He was one of my little problem childs, but he ended up getting whipped into shape after I told him to take everything out of his room, clean it, and put it back. But he turned out pretty decent. Uh, and my man Eddie, man, that's my dude. I love those kids to death, man. Tell the wife and kids to say what up, what up, what up, what up. I'm not gonna say go Pat go, but because we respect each other when it comes to football. But just to let you know, man, Jordan Love, he ain't gonna do it for y'all. Just put it out there. All right.
No, you need to hear this.
All right. So with all the negative stuff happening with our team, like who should the blame be on? Should it be on the coaches? Should it be on the players? Like who's at fault? Because if you look at it, think about it. The coaches can only tell you what to do. I can take you to the water. I can't make you drink. Like Money Mike said, I can take a hold of water, but I can't make it think. You can tell them how to do a push up, but they may not want to do it correctly. You can teach them breathing control, trigger squeeze, but guess what? If they don't want to do none of that, you ain't gonna qualify. So is it the players or is it the coaches? Chris, what you got?
To me, it's the coaches, and like you say, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Well, as a coach, you got to find a way to make them drink. You have to get them to buy into your system, no matter how. So to me, it's on the coaches. Like I say, they need to change their schemes. They need to do something to fit the players' abilities because these problems that I see this year didn't happen last year. And I know y'all got a new OC, and I don't think he's tailoring his offense around the players' abilities. And it's something that the players are not buying into when it comes to the OC. Like I say, the cohesion ain't there. They arguing on the sideline. They don't look motivated. I don't know. So the coaches got to switch up what they're doing. to make these players buy into what they're selling, to motivate them to get the best of their abilities each and every time they step out on the field. So I blame the coaches for it.
So remember, like at the beginning of the season, remember everyone was saying, "Oh well, the Eagles they got a new OC, they got a new D coordinator, that could pose problems." Well, it wasn't causing problems at the beginning, but now all of a sudden, it's potentially a problem. However, and Misha, you can verify. Game 4, I said, I don't know what the hell is going on with this OC, but he better get it together. This is game 4. We're 4 games into the season. Are the D coordinator and the offensive coordinator, are they starting to now show us what they're really made of, or was it we were gelling because we knew what we had before, so we're going to play off of what we had before, so now we're just trying to buy into your scheme? Now again, Michi and myself, we both said this before. It's hard to fire the OC when you're 10-3. I'm sorry. That's going to be a hard sell. We got to get rid of this dude. We're 10. We got 10 wins, and potentially, 14 maybe if we went out. That's going to be a hard sell. But what are our options at that point? Offense and defense. We could easily go back and get Deuce if we need to. I think he's available. But does Deuce really want to come back to us? Probably. But, so I'm just saying, like, it means you tell me, who's to blame? Is it coaches or players?
I'm gonna say the coach, man. The coach, because as with any team, it's the coach's responsibility to take that magnitude of talent that you have and get the best out of it. You know what I mean? Because you get players from everywhere. They're not those GMs, those owners, the president. They're not bringing those people in there because they're mediocre. You know what I mean? They're best available for the position that they have, and it's the coach's job to get that talent and figure out what makes them their best. Getting all that talent together, what makes them the best. Now, like I always get it, you hear it as well. You can't make them run the plays. So I got that. But you have to give them what makes them comfortable, what gives them that cohesion that Chris is talking about, that gives them that confidence to execute the plays on the field, right? So I'm gonna have to say the coach, because like he said, man, Thomas said, man, they don't fire players first. They get rid of coaches.
Yeah.
And they do that for a reason, because that coach is supposed to be able. That's why they're calling for right. You know what I mean? The regime when what took them to the Super Bowl and won. They want that regime to come back because it worked. With any team, especially college, you see it all the time, man. Those guys are constantly coming in. It's a revolving door of talent is going to come in there. An NFL career is roughly 3 to 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So you always get fresh talent. So the coach's job is to be able to coach that talent every year. If you notice something's not working, you need to change your scheme of maneuver so that team can rally around you, rally around that quarterback, and make it work.
Right. Like, and again, there's, like we talked before, a lot of this stuff comes down to play calling, because if you're running plays, and Chris, I mean, I'm quite sure, even on the Cowboys, you can tell, if you're running plays from the backfield and you know that your running back is better when he's on the move, then call those plays that get him in motion. Why? Because he's better on the move. He can cut better when he's on the move.
Now we
but
talking.
When you set up, right, but when you set up in the backfield and there's no movement in the backfield, guess what? The defense is already set up, so they know where the play's coming because they have a scheme for that. Prime example. Let's go back to the Miami game. Miami, 90% of their plays had a motion. None of ours had motion, but I think maybe 7. 7 plays had motion. Other than that, stand there. Lift your leg up, clap, hup, no movement. Okay, no, they're not going to move because we're not moving, man. We have to be creative. Creativity is key in this game. We all know that. I just don't know how our offensive coordinator don't see it. It boggles me to no evil. I don't get it.
Chris, for the Cowboys, man, if y'all were 15-0, 19-0 when y'all ran the ball more than 100 yards, would you stop running the ball, or would you continue to run the ball until somebody stopped you?
I will continue to run the ball.
That's us. That's the position that we're in, man. That's the stuff we look at every week, man. We have like an undefeated record when we run the ball over 100 yards. Why don't they give Swift the ball? I don't understand this.
Maybe the coach is stubborn, man. Maybe he's stuck in archaic ways. There's some coaches like that. They stuck in their ways. You can't tell them nothing. They don't want to adjust to the way the league is going now and adjust to how things are moving. And they just stuck in old systems and just keep on with it. And I don't know, man. That's the only thing
That's
I
why
can
it's time
think.
for them to go, man. It's getting to that point.
You see it? You see it right there. Why hasn't the offensive coordinator been more creative in play calling?
Yep.
Same on defense.
Same on defense.
We cannot, and I'm gonna stress this. I've been against the OC for a hot little minute, but the plays that he's calling are not gonna win you a Super Bowl. Nick Sirianni used to see that. All this stuff should come to light. Those plays that we're calling will not, and they're not even make it past the divisional round with that. So, and everyone knows in the playoffs, you come with more creative plays. That fake punt probably was the most creative play I've seen him do all season. And I was surprised he did that. But look, we
That's
have
why
to
it
do
worked.
better. We have to do better. We gotta play better. It's simple as that. Like I don't get it. I don't understand it. So the question is now is why is the run game so non-existent? Like outside of just not giving them the ball. And I say that because when we do give them the ball, it works. But it's like we'll hand the ball off to Swift or Gainwell, and then from there, it's pass. Or they'll hand the ball off twice, we'll get 6-7 yards, and next thing you know, now you want to pass. But you just got 6-7 yards off of 2 plays. And it's if you look at the numbers, we're dropping. We're dropping 40% of the passes. We're fumbling in the ball. Everybody it was like the whole offensive line fumbled the ball. The only person who didn't fumble the ball was Swift, and y'all ain't even giving the ball. But you're giving everybody else the ball for them to fumble. Jalen fumble.
All I
You know
know,
what I'm saying?
all I know is this. We said this yesterday. We said at a minimum they had to do what? They had to score a touchdown and at least a field goal at a minimum.
At a minimum.
The first drives. If they didn't do that, they were going to lose. Cowboys putting up 30, 40 points on everybody. And they will do it to us too. Yeah.
But can they do it in the playoffs? That's the question.
Yeah. The Cowboys go Cowboy. I'm just saying, man. We beating ourselves, man. We beating ourselves.
That's the question there, Chris. Can you do it in January?
He's not confident.
Yes. We can do it in January, and we're going to do it in January. And see, y'all not running the ball because y'all are getting into these deficits. So you trying to play catch up. So it's forcing you to pass the ball because you're trying to play catch up. And your offense is so predictable. And like you say, you run, then you pass. We know that, so we know when you're going to run. So your O-line ain't got no push, not creating holes for your running back, and we stuffing you right then and there. The couple times you do run, because everybody know you're going to run, and y'all are playing from a deficit. So when you're doing that, you don't have no choice but to pass the ball. So that's going to put your running game behind because you're trying to catch up. So that's my opinion on what's wrong with y'all's running game.
Well, you know what? Me and Michi, I don't know if you watched the last game, but we talked about it. We said, running the ball sucks. That everyone knows running the ball sucks linebackers in. Okay, cool. But if we can run the ball down the field, we said this last week or earlier this week, if we can run the ball and and create that first touchdown and a minimum of field goal and be up by 10, even if we get the ball first or go down there and score. Y'all get y'all 3 and out, or get halfway down the field, to the 45 on your side of the field, and guess what? Punt, give us the ball back, and we go down there and get a field goal. We're fine. We're not comfortable, but we're fine. We're fine right now. Ain't no reason to get comfortable because one touchdown, they're right back in it. It's one score game. But we couldn't even do that. Games like that, they're going to kill you every single time, no matter what, no matter how you look at it. Games like that, if you cannot go down there and score at least 7 points on your first 2, maybe 3 drives, that's a problem. And I said it last week. Field goals cannot win games. I said I don't know if you read my press conference, but I said field goals can't win your games. They'll never win your games.
Except for the Raiders. Except for the Raiders.
Except for the Raiders. They'll win your game or 2.
What they want, 3-0?
I don't know, but the Raiders going to an Eagles game, go get your ass whooped too. They're Raiders.
They just won a game 3-0.
Huh?
That was our problem our first 3 or 4 games of the season. We could not score in the red zone, field goal after field goal after field goal, and we corrected that. But that was our problem, man. You cannot win games, especially in the playoffs, by kicking field goals. I mean, you just can't do it. So that's absolutely true, man.
Yeah, because y'all scoring in the red zone, blue zone, the green zone. Y'all scoring the zone, the O zone. Y'all scoring in every zone possible. I'll tell you what, man. If it let's just say for just and Googles, they do come down to y'all in the Niners. Ooh, boy, that's gonna be the game of the season. That game gonna be better than Super Bowl. But you already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, see, we fighting for that number 1 seed, and we can get them home games. You know what that's gonna end up like? What are we? 15 straight home games? You know, no losses, so we can get that home field advantage.
And you're destined for a loss eventually. Ain't nobody Sugar, and ain't nobody Floyd. you're gonna go down one eventually.
I feel you.
All right. So why is our pass defense the worst in the league? I mean, we already know why, because we just can't stop a nosebleed at all. And I don't know why, because at the beginning of the season, our defense was stout. We was all right. But now it's like these cats, they don't want to tackle no one, they don't want to hit nobody, they don't want to bring nobody down. Pre-snap penalties, like everything. Like, I don't get it. Me, like, what are we doing on defense, bro? What are we doing?
We're doing a lot of nothing, man. Like I said, the line they trying to do their thing. But once you get past the line, man, that back 7, man, it's they're not tackling. Like you said in the beginning, man, the fundamentals, man, they're not wrapping up, man. They play. You remember when they used to, talk back in the day, when the Cowboys was winning a game or 2, or the 49, whoever team he was on, they say prime time ain't want to hit nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's what we doing. But we not prime time.
Yeah.
So we just losing. Yeah, man.
Gracefully too.
Yeah.
All right. So wait, what do you say? Leave my trash raiders out of this. Well, I mean, they are trash, but I mean, y'all got Jimmy G. That was probably a big mistake, but it is what it is. Who we let go? Who we let go? Oh, Deuce. Oh, okay. I mean, he can come back. Wait, Eddie says, go watch the Packers now. Have no fear. We'll fly in the playoffs. All right, okay. You know what, Eddie? That's what I'm talking about. My man. He's my man. Have no fear. Eagles will fly in the playoffs. You got that, damn Skippy, Eddie. That's right, baby. You know what I'm saying? If you got an email, shoot me an email. I'll get you on here too. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. I like that. I like that positive energy. All right, so Meech, question. At this point in the season, right? Because I like to keep an hour or a little bit over. But at this point in the season, are we worried about winning the East, or are we worried about a healthy team going into the postseason?
Hey, so I'm gonna say the reason why I'm gonna say this, right? I'm gonna say the East. You want to say the healthy, but I'm gonna say the East because we playing as crappy as we playing. So we have to take advantage of the back end of the schedule to get that better placement for the playoffs. Then we can worry about health a little bit. You know what I'm saying? We get the East down. We get the second consecutive. They ain't happened in 20 plus years. We do that. We get that out the way. We're not worried, jumping out the gun as a wild card or trying to get in there and stuff like that. You know what I mean? We resting everybody. It's too late for that. They should have been resting a couple games ago. They could have been resting them AFC games that we was playing. You know what I'm saying? They put everything into the Chiefs when, we wanted to win that, but that was a losable game. You know what I mean? When he was still hurting all this stuff. So rest. You get rest now with the bye week. If we come out number 1, you know what I'm saying? You get your rest then. So we got to play hard, work for them millions of dollars that y'all doing, and then let's go into the postseason strong.
Right. I'm with you. So, Chris, if this were your team, what would you do? Would you play for the East? Because again, the whole repeat East winner and all that, all that stuff comes into play. But as a coach, if you since you were coaches like me on post game interviews, so as a coach, what do you do? Do you go for the East or do you go for the healthy for a fully healthy team going to the playoffs?
He's absolutely correct. You go for the East because I feel really y'all are just tired, man. Y'all have came out for grueling last 4 or 5 games, and I really think your whole team is tired. I really think that's the problem right now, to be honest with you. Y'all are really tired, and you go for the East because the way y'all are playing right now, you need that number one seed so y'all
Yes,
can have
sir.
the bye and so you can have home field the
Yes,
way
sir.
y'all are playing right now. So you go for the East because you want those two things. You want to have that bye so you can get rested up. You can try to heal some injuries, try to get everybody back healthy, and so y'all can have some home field advantage because I think those two things are going to help y'all make it far in the playoffs. So definitely the East.
Well, we in order to get the first seed in home team advantage, we have to win out, and the Niners have to lose at least one game, right?
Yeah, yeah, because they got us in the head to head.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So, all right. So for the cap, all right, cool. Yeah. All right. So, all right. Last topic. On or off sides? Your
Off, man.
boy
Offside.
spazzed out yesterday. Okay, your man's went crazy. I don't care what no one say. That man showed his ass and made himself look like a pure dummy. I don't care. I respect Patrick Mahomes. I like the guy. You know what I'm saying? Feel like he might be a little slow, but I like the guy. But at the same time, Pat, I understand. You're talking, but before you did that, you should have went back, looked at the tape, and then made your comments about the play. But you speaking to Josh Allen looks like you, like, bro, we just won. I don't care. I know I would have been like, I don't care. But the thing is, he talking about you don't make a call like that in a point like that in the game. I ain't hear you say that last year. I ain't hear you say that last year on that BS home call. You
Yeah.
was all about it then, wasn't you? You was pointing. Oh. So I don't want to know about it. See, the thing is, see, Pat, you're not used to losing. Okay. And there's a different side of winning, which is what you're doing right now, losing. And it don't feel good. So now you see the frustration that everybody has when you come in with these outlandish BS calls that the rest be giving y'all sometimes. So don't think for 1 second that, oh, they didn't make that call because because they could have gave us that. No. That's like saying, I mean, he hit him in the head, but he ain't punch him in the face. It don't matter. He still hit him, Pat. The man is a whole body length almost offside. And you're talking about he shouldn't have called that. Yes, he should have. Because if it were the other way around and it was on to y'all, and you would have been like, oh no, you gotta call it. He's outside, you gotta call it. So bottom line, man, you're crying. Stop crying, stop whining. You lost the game. You're probably going to play on the road, and that's just what it is. Now you know how it feels to be on the other side of the fence. That's it. Chris, what you got?
Yes, exactly. My man was offsides. Patrick Mahomes. Now I don't dislike Patrick Mahomes, but I don't like Patrick Mahomes. I'm so sick of seeing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I'm so sick of the way the announcers be on Patrick Mahomes like he just this magician. He'll throw an underhanded pass that a 2-year-old could do, and they act like this man done 6 cartwheels, threw a pass blind, and the receiver done caught it. I get tired of the way they be on this man. And you're right, the man ain't used to losing. We saw he's a crybaby, and I've never seen that side of him before. But what's right is what's right. If it had been reversed, he wouldn't have minded that call if it had been reversed. He'd have been all for it. So
Yep.
they made the right call. The man was offside, and he straight embarrassed himself. Him and Andy Reid straight
Yes.
embarrassed himself. They need to come make an apology. He needs to go find that referee and apologize to him. I don't know if he has or if he hasn't, but he embarrassed himself in the Kansas City organization yesterday. That's my thoughts on it.
Meach.
He's definitely offsides, man. And the only thing I wanted to speak on where Thomas said we need a check down receiver. We have one. That's what Julio is there for.
That's what Julio's for.
That's what Julio's there for, but they're not utilizing that guy, man. I don't know what's going on with him. He getting paid. If that's the case, if I won't get my percentages, y'all could suit me up, and I can do the same thing Julio doing.
Whoa, hold on, wait, now, hold up,
Ill, back in the day.
Oh, okay.
I want to clarify, because I got my percentages.
Yeah, gotta make sure that 100% stick now.
Hey, y'all could pay me for what they're doing for Julio, man. That's talent wasted, man. I know the guy, he got a little bit of age on him, but he's a check down receiver. That's his job. He's not the number one on the team. So, hey, those 5, we don't need to try to go for 15, 25-yard bombs all the time, man, trying to make ESPN top 10. We need to make those 5, 7-yard those throws, get to what we need to get to, consistently moving down the field, man. It's ridiculous. But he was offside.
2 shows ago, we both said, you and I both said, Julio is not that deep threat.
Yeah.
Every single time don't have to be the dagger. It doesn't. Chip away. I don't care if you got to use a 2-minute drill in the second quarter to get down there and get you a touchdown. You do whatever it takes to get you down there. Simple as that.
Julio's a big body. Use that man in the red zone. A body.
Well, we can't. You know why we can't?
We don't get there.
Because we fumble the ball in this red zone. That's why we don't get there.
Thomas talking about something. That man is our age. I don't know who he's talking about. I don't know who Thomas talking about, because shit, he ain't my age.
He ain't my age. He ain't your age, Thomas. He ain't our age. We way older than that dude. Mm-hmm. But all right, man. Look, I like to keep the show an hour or below, or just over an hour, because guess what? We're starting to lose our audience, which we're not, because we're up to 6,000 people. So for all of those out there, hey, I appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe. Chris, let them know where to find you at, bro.
All right. Y'all can find me on Facebook.com/Flavor77. You can find me on Instagram with Jesus Matters 7777, or YouTube Godson 777.
Indeed. And for everyone else down there, man, just look at the ticker at the bottom. If you don't want to write those down or screenshot them, however you want to do it. But hey, man, hey, Chris, hey, we appreciate you for coming up, man. We appreciate it. We got to get you in a couple more times so we can talk our noise and, hopefully in the playoffs.
That's what I'm talking about. But I appreciate you having me, brother. It's been a pleasure being with y'all brothers tonight. It's nice to talk to some brothers that know football, and it's just a beautiful thing. So I appreciate y'all having me tonight.
All right, that's what's up. All right, so like I said, man, if you get a chance, slide on over to Sports Life and Chill. It's another podcast I'm on, and Meats was on one last month. So yeah, man, it's gonna be nice. So thank y'all for coming up, man. I appreciate it, and we'll holler at y'all. All right, stay on.
Be blessed, be safe.
All right, stay on after this, though, Chris.
All right, okay.
Fellow on the beat.